What's up, guys? Dave Amison here again, and I just want to do a video on if you're dealing with someone who has bipolar 1. This is what I would do, honestly. First off, triggers. The same triggers are going to trigger them every single time. So every time you bring up a topic and they get set off, every time they bring something up and you continue the conversation, you need to write these down. If you write down and take to memory everything that triggers this person, you're never going to set them off. Now, triggers come from like a traumatic event that happened in their lives, or just something they haven't really resolved in like years of therapy or anything. Like, it's just going to be embedded in them, and triggers can happen so quick. It could be one word, one sentence that it can set somebody off. You're just bringing back like a memory or a feeling of trauma or abuse. And I've had so many of these. And listen, write them down, keep them in memory. If you have friends over, I would honestly have a talk with them before and be like, listen, these are things that we can't talk about. Just, I'm sure the person you're doing this for would even be fine with you doing that and telling them about it. What else can we do? Staying hydrated is tough. So like if you have bottles of water in the house, like a cold bottle of water, it's summertime, throw them a bottle of water. Be like, hey, drink this. Food, when they're manic, their appetite's gonna go away. So you need to make some food for them. Make something tasty. Honestly, you wanna lead toward tasty over like plain and bland tasting food, because tasty they're gonna wanna eat more. Even if it's bad for them, I'm telling you, they need that food to calm down much more than whatever weight they're going to gain from eating it. It's way more important to have that go down. Other things you could do, you can take them to the gym, you can suggest going for a hike, you can suggest going kayaking, suggest doing a list of many activities that will give them exercise. Help them clean their room. Be like, hey, I'll help you clean your room, especially if they're manic. They'll be like, yeah, let's go. It's a good thing to suggest cleaning if we're dealing with somebody with a manic episode. Trust me, they'll have the energy. What else? Yeah, I would say have a gym membership, take them to the gym. If they're getting into a slump or getting into a depression, I would honestly say, be like, hey, let's go. I'll buy you some Starbucks or buy you ice cream and we'll go to the gym. It'll be great. Just try to get like, even if you have to put an incentive, because the lower you get, the less you want to do anything, and it's going to be harder for them. Honestly, like, based off how the depression is for you, it's honestly like when you wake up in the morning, it's like a big weight on your chest. And like, you just don't want to get out of bed. You're just laying in bed and you're just like, oh, I got this weight on my chest. Another day, it's gonna suck. Another day, this is gonna happen. So like, anything you can do, bring them coffee. Bring them breakfast in bed. That's a great thing to wake up to. Orange juice is very good to have in the morning. I've noticed you get set off and triggered more in the morning. And one of my nurses told me that your blood sugar level is very low when you wake up. So a glass of orange juice will give you that blood sugar you need, and that's good sugar. And they're less prone for acting out or getting triggered. You're definitely going to notice. A lot of people do this too. They just wake up, right? Don't eat. And they're not really that hungry because they didn't eat anything that day. And they just go pretty much the entire day without eating, and the mania just gets worse and worse as the day goes on. A lot of people just live their life like this. It's really important to eat breakfast. If you can make breakfast for them, that's great. But breakfast is going to jumpstart your metabolism. It's going to help you eat a lunch and a dinner. And it's really, food is a huge factor. You get hangry pretty quick with any episodes. Yeah, something tasty. Remember, like, with meaning you don't feel hungry at all. The more manic you are, the less hungry you are. You can just, for 3 days straight, not have an appetite at all. So, like, I mean, sometimes it's not the best, but I ate, like, a whole thing of double stuffed Oreos. It was great. But even if you do that, that's going to bring you down a lot. Just the whole thing with a glass of milk. Like, that's better than, like, outweighs the destruction and the damage that's going to do to their life. Just eating anything is better than nothing, even if it's horrible for you. Just don't do it often. I'm not saying always eat double stuffed Oreos all the time when you're manic. I'm just saying if that's going to bring you down a lot. And it's good if they are bad, it's good to sit them down, especially the earlier they on with dealing with that. Sit them down and be like, listen, you're like a 7 to a 9 right now. And it's really too much and stressing me out, stressing people out, your just point this out to them. It's really good to talk to them when they're calm and sensible. About even when they're down on level, it's a good time to be like, hey, when you're like this, I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do to help you when you're like this? And they're going to tell you. Definitely don't trigger them if something happened or you got in a fight over that same topic. But honestly, I would seriously just sit them down, talk to them when they're sensible. When they're managed, I would just state that they're where they are, because they're going to think they're a lot lower than you're going to be saying, especially the younger they are with it. Yeah, but there's so much you can do. A list of things, activities, hiking's great. Go taking for a hike. You get some nature. It's kind of therapeutic. Kayaking, boating, anything that involves bike rides, right? Paddle boats, anything that gets a workout and it's a nice activity to do with somebody. I wouldn't dive into too many topics. I would kind of just let them, they're just going to ramble out a whole bunch. I would listen more than talk, right? That's probably the best thing, because you can't trigger them unless you're not answering their question. And if they ask you questions and you don't want to answer, give them a bullshit answer, because I've gone nuts so many times. Like, why don't you answer the question? Blah, 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 blah. Every time I asked it, I would just get worse and worse. So, alright, well, it's time to go. I think I got a pretty good video out of that. Peace out, guys. God bless. Peace.